see, a few years ago, I never had a penny invested. I never had a penny, I never had a dime, I never had a nickel, yeah. I never had anything invested. And it was only when I started getting into watching personal finance YouTube videos really, and just doing some general research, that I come across the statistics when it comes to inflation and compound interest, and I knew that I had to get into it as soon as possible. And I was kind of gutted that I didn't get into it sooner, but hey ho. And my mindset quickly changed from how much money can I save to how much money can I invest. Now, before we get into the nitty gritty side of things when it comes to investing, I want to firstly say that these bad boys should be the first thing that you invest into. In reality, it's investing into yourself. This person has done what I want to do. Skip past all of these things that you're going to come across trying to achieve X. Bypass all of these problems that you're probably going to encounter. So it's like anything though, like everything has probably been done before in a certain extent. So why would you not pay for someone's expertise to get their blueprint? Here are a few books that I would suggest. I did actually buy a Kindle the start of the year, so I have been sort of trying to get all of the books on the Kindle instead of like paperback, just because when me and Sarah went traveling, I took like 6 books with me, and they was probably the most heaviest thing in my bag. I would honestly say if you've got $1,000 to play with, you look at investing at least half of that into just your personal knowledge. So we've now split that $1,000 down the middle and dedicated 50% of it into self-education. So books, courses, mentors, and other resources. Honestly, I've been looking at these numbers and this line thing on a computer for days, and I still have no idea what any of it means. So you definitely don't want to get stuck in analysis paralysis and just be standing still while you're learning. So try to just jump in and get started, but please do not spend money that you can't afford to lose, especially in the beginning, because you'll definitely get disheartened as well if you start to see it go down. So start very small and then gradually get bigger and bigger with your investments, but we'll talk about that later. So you want to download all 3 of these apps. There is a link in the description of this video for you to go and sign up to each of the apps. And by the way, if you do sign up using the link in the description, you and me both get a free share or a free stock in each of these apps. So it's worthwhile you sign up through those links. Free Trade we're going to use to invest in companies and ETFs. Coinbase we're going to use to invest in crypto. And eToro we're just going to use as like an alternative for anything that's not available on each of these platforms. To give you a little bit of an idea, I invested into Dogecoin before it was on Free Trade or Coinbase. It was on eToro, so I used eToro. So with the remaining $500, I would personally split that into a 70-30 split and put 70% of it into stocks or ETFs and put the other 30% of it into cryptocurrency. So the reason I told you to invest the first $500 into yourself and educating yourself is there's so many ways to make more money, but there's only so much money you can save. So if you want to be pretty hands-off when it comes to investing, I would personally suggest just investing into the S&P 500. All that basically means is you're going to be investing into a large amount of companies versus investing into one. So instead of putting $1,000 into Apple stock, for example, you're going to put it into the S&P 500, and that's going to diversify all of your investment rather than just putting it into one company. Oh, so long.
Yeah, it did not feel like that.
Which the ball?
Which the ball?
Sit in the boat.
No.
Restaurant.
Did you see that dog?
No.
He's like this. Like literally walking along like on its back legs because it's proper pulling. Me and Ollie might pop in because we've come to Whitstable. We might just pop in for a cup of tea if that's all right.
Inviting ourselves. Crypto, I really cannot tell you what to invest in. Just do your research with that. Me personally, I'm a long-term holder of Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I honestly have no idea, about it really. I just got in there early and I got in there at the right time. Crypto is definitely something that I will be continuing to invest into, but I'm just sticking with like Bitcoin, Ethereum. I definitely would be investing into crypto, but just think that it's a lot more volatile, right? If you're doing your research when it comes to crypto, you'll know that already. So look at like the ETFs and stocks that you can invest into. But that's why I said 70-30 split, because you still want to be investing into the crypto market, in my opinion. So once you've finished and you've invested that $500 and you've invested the other $500 into yourself and learning and educating yourself around financial literacy, know that you need to continue investing on a monthly basis. So now make sure that you've worked out exactly your income and your expenses for the month, and make sure that you track how much you can invest per month. Even if it's only £100 a month, it's still going to be £100 more than you were doing before. So please make sure that you can do that every single month on time and know exactly where you're going to invest that before that payment comes into your account. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Hope it helps. It's been an absolute honor for you sticking around with me for the video. Please do make sure you smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Me and Sazzle T are going to look at a house.